You are meant to break generational curses in your family. That is why you do not fit in. That is why you do not see the same way your family members may see things. That is why you are misunderstood. That is why your views and your outlooks are so different than everybody that's around you. That is why you are on a lonely road. That is why you do not fit in with the crowd. And it's a very hard path to go down. You are constantly fighting the spiritual battle. That is why it may feel like you're constantly under attack. The enemy knows. The enemy knows. And the closer you get, the more that spiritual battle amps up. And the more you have to put that spiritual armor on. It is one of the hardest things to go through. Especially when for instance, just yesterday, I was speaking to an elder in my own family, expressing just what I've seen and how passionate I am about things. Meaning, what we do with our own taxpayer dollars for other countries, but not our own country. And after experiencing Hurricane Helene, and you see the devastation, and you see that none of us were prepared for any of it, no true warnings were given. Like true warnings were given. No. The warnings that were given were, you might as well have not even given the warning because it was already too late. And the reason why we pay our taxes is for situations like this, right? But did anybody come and help? When it comes to the higher ups, no. It may look like it on your TV screen, that's fine. But in the reality of it, we just got our first snow where I'm at. In the reality of it, there's a lot of people that don't have the proper heating right now. A lot. A lot. But I was told, oh, the way you see things, you know. This is a diehard Christian. But I didn't see Christ consciousness in this elder's heart. No. I didn't see what I'm getting at is totally made me feel like such an oddball. Like the fact that I have a heart and that I care and that I see things. I see through the corruption. I see through the BS. I've been through so many natural disasters coming from South Florida. When those tornadoes broke out and went to Mayfield, Kentucky, I watched that tornado from a second-story building in West Tennessee. Right underneath the Kentucky line. That corridor where there's like 5 states right there. I was there. I watched that. And then Hurricane Helene. And then you just turn around and you see the hypocrisy. And when I want to call it out, when I want to express the way I feel, it's incredible how outcasted I feel. Even though it's so authentic and it's so pure out of my heart. Because why? I'm a humanitarian. Why? I work for God. I feel God's pain when his children are being manipulated, when his children are being used and abused for the higher power, the evilness that dwells within these people in power. Because that's what we're up against, right? The generational curses are the ones that see the spirituality behind it, are the ones that see in the spiritual realm, are the ones that understand that this is a spiritual battle that we're up against. Meanwhile, there's so many around you, so many people around you that just don't see it because they're so caught up. And it's a very hard situation to be put in, especially when you're trying to shine light to them. You're trying to get them to see the bigger picture. You're trying to get them to get out of this illusion that this country has made. You can tell that the generations, especially after the boomers, how much we went from religion to spirituality. And then you keep going down the generations and you keep seeing people coming to that spirituality. They want to say it's new age and whatever. That's fine. Or it's our ancestors coming through us even more fed up with the BS. Putting their spirits inside of us. I knew long before a teenager that I just saw differently, thought differently, expressed differently. And I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now that empathic, empath when it comes to the energy, the frequency, being able to read in between the lines, being able to read between the people, pick up on the energy around me. But the ones around me in society definitely reminded me that my unique capabilities and unique mindset and unique outlook was something that wasn't mainstream approved. Now this was 15, 20 years ago, and here we are. And you can just tell. You can just see the spiritual warfare right in front of us, especially to the ones I'm talking to, especially to the ones that are the generational curse breakers. That's why it is so difficult for us right now, because the ancestors are pissed off. They are beyond pissed. They are tired of their bloodlines getting treated the way they are. They are tired of their bloodlines being diminished by the hypocrisy, by the brainwash. The only thing that helps me is knowing I'm fighting for the kingdom and nothing else. I don't care what man has to say. When I say man, I mean just human. I'm not talking about gender. I don't care what they have to say. Why? Because I listen to my intuition. I don't need man to dictate my life, and I don't need man to tell me what's right and wrong. All I have to do is go within, and I know that's what you do. And that's why you're in that situation or in this predicament, or just like frustrated, aggravated, or even confused, because when you're constantly going down the spiritual battle, it is tiring and draining. And then it could be confusing, because that is how the enemy creeps in. And right before your breakthrough, it amps up, because the enemy knows that you're so close. You're so close to that finish line. And he's trying with every inch of his being, and all of his little minions are trying so hard to hold you back. Why? Because he knows that you have the power within you. He knows that you were chosen for this, and you chose this. He knows that he will never be able to feel the kingdom's love. And so therefore, he's trying to take you with, because he knows that you are the pivotal piece to that bloodline. that needs to end that curse. And it's come down to the wheat and the tare, if that's how you're supposed to say it. But you get what I'm saying. That's what the new world, you hear new world in the Bible, you hear new world in these books that they're coming out with and all this other stuff. Why are they talking about it so much? Why they mention it so much? Why they keep bringing it up? How long have they been bringing it up for? And you see how much of a dramatic difference it has been within the last 4 years. Because why? The ancestors they ain't playing no more. There's no going back. The ancestors, I can't even explain to you how fed up they are. You got folks out here that don't even know where their ancestors come from. They don't even know or understand their own bloodlines, but yet they're fighting a worldly battle. That has nothing to do with our spirits. That has nothing to do with our soul's purpose. Because they are distracted by the illusion. And that's why the certain ones that are the chosen ones, the certain ones that chose, that is why the spiritual battle has amped up so much within you to where you are second guessing, to where why where's my breakthrough, where's this, where's that, where's just a chance to breathe without being attacked so hard. That means your breakthrough is even closer than you can think of. People want to talk about it's hereditary, You see like alcoholism, repeat in the family. You see abusive men, woman, whatever, repeat in the family bloodline. I know this stuff just from my own. I look at my life, I look at my sister's life, I look at my grandparents' life, and there's similarities. I look at how my parents, what they do, and what me and my sister don't do like that. And you can tell the generations have changed. You can tell that this is a huge pivotal moment within this country. This is Babylon. There was ancient Babylon, and if you understand ancient Babylon and the colonists and all this, you can look at Mother Nature, and that will tell you right then and there. Look at these hurricanes, look at these fires, look at these floods. And you mean to tell me that this is not wrath? You mean to tell me that the spiritual battle is not amping up? Baby, it's here. The door's open. Like I said, the ancestors, they're not playing no more. That's why you see the corruption coming to the light. It ain't nothing to do with their flesh. It has everything to do with our ancestors that have drawn the line. And then they're saying enough is enough. And then the ones that are chosen, like me and like you, the ones that chose to remember why we're here, the ones that chose to open our eyes, the ones that chose to release the veil from our eyes and see beyond. That is why you see us coming to the forefront. That is why you see the change of power in the spiritual realm. Not everybody understands. That's why you still see fighting amongst each other, still caught up in this world, still caught up in this, whatever it is that we can use to keep society dumbed down in this country. Whether it comes to what color you look like, or anything, gender, I don't care. If you know anything about world war tactics, you understand that to defeat the enemy, you have to try to dismember the enemy within itself. You have to turn the enemy against each other. And that, it weakens the enemy and gives power to the opponent. But you see that transfer of power happening now. And it has a lot to do with us that are breaking these curses. And when I say breaking these curses, returning what is rightfully to that bloodline, collecting debt that was stolen from us, the inheritance. I'm not talking physicality. I'm talking trophies that are being put on our ancestors because of what we are doing here. This is like, when you actually like look at it and just from an just observing perspective, when you actually look at it, this is like the coolest time to be alive. And you may be like, what? I mean, think about it. Like, when in history have we ever heard or experienced something like this? And it's come to a point where it's like, how stupid are humans? And then people wonder why what is happening. It's because in society, in Babylon, in this country, I may be wrong about Babylon. I'm not perfect, but it just makes sense to me because Babylon is destroying the rest of the world. Babylon is putting its tactics on other countries and making them bend their knee just for what? Their evil, dark agenda? There's so much more that we don't understand when it comes to this generational curse breakers. And even though it feels like it's never going to end, even though it feels like you just can't do it no more, but then all of a sudden you get that that fire within you, that spirit. Yeah, you can talk about the Holy Spirit. Absolutely. The Holy Spirit is what opened us up to our ancestors. And our ancestors have come within us, have laid down, have dropped bombs within our spirits to light us up and to make us remember and to make us have that encouragement, to make us not give up, to shine light on why we are here. And even though we don't fit in, even though people don't understand us and look at us like we're crazy, we know. We know and understand what we're doing, that they will probably never comprehend until it might be too late. As long as we keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, as long as we keep shining light, and as long as we don't give up, that is all that matters, and that is all that the Most High, the Divine, the Holy Spirit, Source, Spirit, Mother Gaia, that is the only thing that we can do. Because why? We are here to uplift humanity while we handle business in the spiritual realm as well. We are here to guide people to the water, but we are not here to make them drink it. That is up to them. That is exactly what free will is. I just want to encourage you that the more you feel like you're being targeted, the more you feel that pressure, and you know that you're doing right, you know that you're working out of your heart space, you know that you are a good person, and you don't need anybody else to tell you different, there's a reason why you're being attacked so hard. And instead of feeling down about yourself, remind yourself that you are special. That is why you were given that key, this key, to unlock what needs to be unlocked. And as long as we remember that, we're going to have multiple ones that are unlocking keys or unlocking locks with our key. And could you imagine what that's doing to the spiritual realm? I know it's hard when it comes to the physical flesh. I know. But I just want to encourage you that this is a small, small, small piece to the puzzle. A small time frame that we are going through. And when I say small piece to the puzzle, I'm talking to each and every one of you individually. You have a small piece, but all of us, all of these small pieces make the puzzle, and we do not need to give up. We do not need to forget what the good fight is for. We are all a very extremely important pivotal piece. And we need all these pieces of the puzzle to do it. And that includes you. After experience what I've experienced and come to the conclusion when it comes to these generational curses, it's incredible how much debt can be on a bloodline that is put all onto you. And how hard it is. But yet, when you look at it from the spiritual realm, how cool is it? Like, how cool is it that you are the one to do it? That we are the one to do it? I mean, could you imagine? They're up there freaking having a rendezvous, a party. They're going, they're just tickled with what some of us are doing. Some of us are overachieving. And that can also be why your blessings have not come forth yet. Because you are rapidly jumping timelines. And the ancestors are like, whoa, 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 whoa. We didn't expect you to be. I mean, just think about how much, the moment you had your spiritual awakening, think about how much it has increased and how fast your spiritual awakening has gone to where there's no other way of looking at it but just hopping through timelines like it ain't nothing. Because you can look around us and see what timeline these worldly people are in that are just so caught up in the world. It is a whole completely different timeline. So could you imagine our ancestors sitting there like, dang, man, you got us in overtime because, boy, you're just rolling that ball like it ain't nothing. That ball just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, and you're just knocking all these pins down, and we're trying to keep up. I mean, that might be from my own personal, perspective, because it's just incredible how much in a short piece of time, just from the last month, the last 3 months, the last 6 months, the last 9 months, the last 12 months, how quick it has ramped up, how fast it has escalated. And there's no other way to explain it besides just hopping through timelines. I just want to encourage you, it's not it's not for the weak. That's why you chose, and that's why you were chosen. People want to say, oh, the chosen ones. In a sense, you chose. But the final say, they choose. They're going to choose who's going to do what. Because we're all a piece to the puzzle. And it don't matter how big or small it is that your job is when it comes to the spiritual realm. When it comes to these curses and these evil entities and the shadows that be, it doesn't matter how big or small. You are still an extremely key part to this puzzle. And don't ever forget that. Do not lose faith. Do not let the enemy tell you you're not good enough. Do not let the enemy take away what you have fought so hard for and all the things that you have overcome to be where you're at right now. The way I look at it, like I told you, these timelines have just amped up so fast for me. The way I look at it, I want to do anything and everything for the Father God, for Mother Gaia, and for my ancestors and all the beings of light, of the highest light, that we are here. That is why we are here. And even though it gets hard and it gets tough, that is what encourages me. That is my reminder that this is not all about me. So yeah, I'm taking the heat. Yeah, I'm taking the pain. Yeah, I'm taking the people running out of their mouth that supposedly love me because they don't see what I see. They don't understand my brain. They don't understand my vision. They don't understand that I can see through the BS. It really helps encouraging me. It really helps to encourage me that I know what I'm fighting for. And even though the enemy wants to keep trying to make me confused, wants to keep trying to second guess it, it tickles me even more. Because if you understand, or if you want to look at it in these eyes, oh, I'm that special, you want to keep trying to attack me because I didn't bend the knee to you? I mean, it's a beautiful way of looking at it, because you don't have the mentality of, why me? You have the mentality of, is that all you got? Bring it. I just want to encourage you today that everything I said, and if you're experiencing it, do not give up. Your ancestors need you, and your ancestors need you to keep pushing, because they know that you are strong enough, and they know that you were built for this. And we are the ones that are going to be the teachers to these younger folks. Look above the boomers and look how religious it was, and look how much we're transforming and understanding that this is more spiritual than anything. We are all, if you're watching this and you're still watching this, we are put here for a specific reason, and we are very special to what the kingdom needs us to do. And I just want to encourage you, don't ever lose that. Don't ever stray away from that. Don't ever keep yourself so down because of the world. You are meant to overcome. You are meant to remember why you're here, and you are meant to use your powers for your ancestors. Our ancestors were extremely powerful, and I'm talking ancestors. I ain't talking about grandma and grandpa. They were extremely powerful, but we have been so dumbed down that is why me and you are here. That is why we will always be of the light and not let the dark consume us. Even if we have a bad day and we cry and we let it out and we're angry and we're pissed off, you have to deal with those emotions, and you have to work through those emotions. You can't just bury them within you and act like they're not there. Take that day or two and let it out. Let it out. Do what you need to do. But alchemize it and get back in the game. I shouldn't even say get back in the game, because when you alchemize it, it's part of the game. Because all of that negativity that you were just experiencing and letting out, once you alchemize that, that is doing more in the spiritual realm than you will ever understand, or I will ever understand, because you're transmuting the dark to light. And even though we can't physically see it, we can feel it, because we can feel that spirit. We can feel that darkness releasing us, letting us go, because we alchemized it and we showed that darkness love. And that darkness can't stand it. The darkness wants you to act out of character. The darkness wants you to second guess. But that is not why you are here. So if you feel that, embrace it. Don't ignore it. Embrace it and do what you need to do to overcome it, because that is also what we're here to do. It's a domino effect within the spiritual realm, and it helps others within the energy. We are transmuting the energy for others. It's like giving them a roadmap that they can't physically see, because we're opening up those doors for them. So just remember, you are so special, and don't give up. And even though it's challenging, that is your exact reminder of why you are so special. Generational curse breakers, it's rough, bro. It's rough. I feel like I'm breaking a generational curse that is, or generational curses that is beyond like 500 years. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's rough. It is rough. But I just want to encourage you to not give up. And just keep fighting for the kingdom, because the kingdom needs you. Just like I need you. We all need each other. We're all connected. And that's why I say, when you alchemize that negative, that black, that dark, when you actually alchemize that energy, it is very pivotal. So when you're going through it, don't dwell in it. Embrace those feelings and transmute it. It can be tricky, and I didn't understand it until I realized I was doing it. And then, I mean, I've been doing it for years because I've had no other option. You know, I had no other option but to transmute it. And then once I was explained what alchemizing is and what an alchemist is, I was like, oh, I was doing that without even knowing it. Yeah, there was times where I was going through a really dark patch that was, month to year long. But that's what got me where I'm at right now, talking to you. And that's why a lot of us have the similar stories about being the black sheep in the family, being the outcast when we were younger, because we had no idea that 15 years later, this is where we would be. In just the last 4 years, ever since 2019 and 2020, you really think that wasn't part of this awakening? Oh, baby, it was. But could you imagine 15 years ago, us sitting here saying that this is where a lot of us would be? It's incredible. And I just want to encourage you to really, really, really sit back and appreciate that we really get to witness all this and be a pivotal pillar for the kingdom and for the light. And no matter what, we're going to love, because we know that is the highest frequency, that is the most beautiful thing that you can ever do. And we will not let the darkness consume us. Yeah, we'll go into the dark just to bring the light. The moment you hear darkness, don't tense up, don't freeze up, don't, why me, why me? Just remember, you have that light within you, and you are supposed to shine it in the dark. Because you were made to do this. You chose to do this. And you have the strength within you to not give up. Our ancestors are proud of us, and I just want you to know that they are proud of you as well. You have overcome so much, and they do not want you to stop now. We are the pillars to this new world, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to elaborate it. I'm not going to explain what it's all about. But we are the pillars for it. And anytime you're down in the dumps, just remember that. You are the key or the piece to the puzzle. And we cannot complete this puzzle without you. We are all connected, and each one of us need to do this so we can just unleash it. We can just bust it wide open. You get what I'm saying? That is why you see so many people waking up. It's because of us, because of what we have done in the spiritual. It's not just, oh, you want to wake up now? Okay, no. It's the ones like me and you that had been pushing through the dark and literally shining our light and then becoming the light. Now you see the domino effect. And it has a lot to do with generational curse breakers. And I just want to encourage that word to you. If you don't feel the love from your own worldly family, just know that your ancestors love you so much. And what you are doing is beyond you and your understanding, and you are doing way more than you even realize. So just remember that. Remember that you are the real deal, and you are the one that is getting stuff done in the spiritual realm, even though it may not look like it in the worldly realm. I love you. Okay, bye.